my name is Zoe. I am the Tipsy Psychic and I am eating a snack. I like snacks. So I did this video on dowsing and what dowsing is. But now we're going to talk about a few examples of how you can douse, like how you can do some dowsing. There's so many different ways to use a dowsing pendulum, and that's what we're going to focus on, dowsing pendulums. And a dowsing pendulum is basically like a tool that you use to filter and connect to the information that runs through you. There are two main reasons people douse. There are a lot of them, but these are the main ones. So one of the first main reasons that people use dowsing pendulums is to get answers, to make a decision, or yes or no kind of thing. And what's really great about dowsing pendulums is that they're so simple. This right here is my amethyst one. And when you start dowsing, you always want to be in neutral, which is basically just keeping it very still. Let your body kind of relax and just kind of let things flow through. And focus on your intention. So if you're asking a yes or no question, then you're gonna wanna focus on like what you're trying to achieve, your intent and your intention or whatever is so important, and that's what's going to attract your information, and that's what's gonna really connect you to it. So without moving your arm or anything, you're gonna focus on your question. Dustin, ask me a yes or no question.
Can ostriches fly?
No, not like a factual question. You can Google that.
Will I ever find true love?
I thought you found true love. You can't.
Will I ever find true friends?
True friends? Nope. The pendulum is saying no. I guess
friends.
you're gonna never have friends.
Be friendless?
You're gonna be friendless forever. It's gonna suck. So it's very important to establish what your yeses and your nos are gonna be first. So once you're neutral, you kind of close your eyes and you think what it will feel like to be no. And you let your pendulum tell you. So right now, I'm not even moving my arm, and it's doing this as I'm focusing on no. So I know that if the pendulum starts moving this way, then I am getting a no. There are a lot of different ways to do this, but this is just a basic. So that's a yes. And when the pendulum really can't decide, it's gonna be a circle, right? I just made it do that, but I'm just saying, like, you get it, right? So, gotta relax my arm for a sec, man. It's a workout in itself. Yeah, so you ask the question and you let your pendulum do the talking. You have to be very still. Sometimes it's better to rest your arm somewhere so you know it's not moving and your muscles aren't doing anything. Try to remain unbiased in your head and remain very clear-minded, and just let the knowledge that you receive, the spirituality, just let it all flow through your pendulum to get your answers. So that's one way to simplify. Say you're trying to decide between two lovers and they're both equally awesome, but you want to know like which one holds your heart more, or which one holds like, you know, likes you more or whatever. The second way you can use your dowsing pendulum is to locate something or someone. And what you can do by this, there's two ways you can do this, in my opinion. The first way is to get a map out. I don't have a map, so I'm not going to do that. But you can get a map and you can hold the pendulum over the map. And while you're holding the pendulum over, you kind of visualize what you're looking for, and it will start moving on its own towards that location. And you follow it, right? You follow the motion to where it is on the map. So if you want to know where your true love is and you haven't found it yet and you want to travel, you can kind of search for that, or where you should go next, that way. If not, there is another way you can find things, and that is kind of like using a dowsing rod, where we learned in the first video. is to help find water, find things. You go out in nature, you center yourself, and then wherever it kind of takes you, you follow it, and it will take you to answers. And this is more of an old-fashioned approach before they did like maps and things like that. Always make sure you're very centered and grounded when you do this. That way you'll get the best results and there won't be something else on your mind that's kind of swaying it. Another thing that you can use your Dowsing Pendulum for is to sense whether there is a spirit present. A lot of the times in pagan culture, when people do rituals or when they perform spells or things like that, or even just in seances in general, it really helps to have a crystal nearby, especially a pendulum, because it can kind of tell you if there's one present in the room with you. So when you're cleansing a space, oftentimes holding a crystal pendulum over the space and verifying if there's any quick movements, you know, just keeping it neutral, you'll feel it through. And what type of crystal you have really does impact that. So I would definitely look into getting a crystal. Remember that the more pure the crystal is, the more susceptible it is to negative energy and positive energy. It's a two-way street. Crystals are known to heal. Holding it over a wound like this helps, but that could be any crystal. I wouldn't use it just in the case of a dowsing pendulum, you know? Dowsing is really a form of divination. It's a tool of finding something, finding answers, finding something in the world, locating things, and determining whether there is an external spiritual force. GPSs work, but if you have time on your hands, I would suggest trying to listen to your gut instinct and using a dowsing pendulum. Yeah, so let me know what you think. If you do try these, I would love to hear about your experiences and what you have to add to this if you are practiced in the art of dowsing. I am learning too, we're all learning, so we're all on a path together. And yeah, bye.